After years of controversial and heated debate, Allegheny County Council voted 9-5 to establish an independent police review board. And while some members of council admit the bill is far from perfect, they say it's a step in the right direction.
We need this. We cannot do this any longer.
Councilman DeWitt Walton brought to tears, sharing his personal experience being racially profiled by police as a young man.
If it happened to me, it happens to too many.
County Council and community members using their own experiences and examples of police brutality around the nation as a cry for change in the form of an independent police review board.
One of the things I ask people who are white to think about, what would you rather be at that moment when you're stopped by the police? White or black?
Black people are dying. We are getting killed.
But opponents say the bill is an assault on law enforcement, and it violates due process and is set up to fail.
How much more do you want to put our men and women in blue under the gun? It is my understanding some on this council want to put a convicted felon on that review board. What's the matter with everybody?
The review board will only oversee Allegheny County Police, not any of the other 100+ municipal departments throughout Allegheny County. They'd have to opt in. Councilman Sam DeMarco voted no, saying he has a better solution for true accountability: body cameras for every local police department.
And that's why I would take the hundreds of thousands of dollars that this thing, or potentially more, is going to cost and divert it to tools and training for the officers to provide more transparency for the public, more accountability on the behavior of officers as well as the public.
9 out of 14 council members, deep in discussion, voted to change history and establish this police review board. And applause in county chambers when the final vote was read aloud. County Executive Ritz Fitzgerald says he will sign this legislation into law. He says it's a great opportunity for police accountability in our region. This new law will go into effect in January of 2022. On the North Shore, Amy Hudak, Channel 11 News.